Aloha, y'all! Today I'm going to share our experience at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, Waikiki. Give a quick room tour, explore this massive property, talk about some of the food options on and around the resort area. I'll cover everything from amenities to parking, and I'll let you know whether or not we'd stay at this Hilton property again. Let's get started. Okay, I know I usually start with the room tour, but this parking situation is pretty important. If you rent a car for a few days of your trip, which I'd recommend if you can swing it, you'll most likely park in the adjacent garage on levels 3 or 4. When you first pull in, you'll take a ticket. Do not ever use that ticket again. After checking in, let them know you have a car and you'll use your room key to enter and exit the garage, and parking will be billed to your room. If you pay for the parking in the garage, you'll end up just double paying for parking, and the cost is already atrocious. There's also another parking option for you that I think is a little cheaper if you have a car for maybe just a day. So we're here in the parking lot, and there is our tower right there. So there is parking over here. Let's see what the price is. Okay, $1 an hour, max 24 hours. So this might be a cheaper option than where we paid at the hotel, which was $69 a night. So if you don't have a car for that long, this might be a better option. Because this property is so big, check-in time down here looks like the purge, so I would recommend you put the app to work. Note here there are some Hilton Honors perks that are not available to you if you book through a third-party app like we did, so I'll link the details down below and you can do the math and see what works best for you. Not a bad view to start the trip, right? Let's head up to the room, shall we? We are in the Rainbow Tower with a lagoon view. We are in room 816. Oh, I don't even think we have to play the game this time, guys. It's right here. Okay. Okay. We are here. This is a big room. They gave us a little upgrade downstairs. Just being nice. So, okay, so you come in. Here's the front door. Right here. It looks like right here next to the front door we have a closet. Looks like an extra pillow. We got hangers. There's an ironing board. We have a safe over here. Okay, let's keep it moving. We all have beaches to get to. Okay, so it looks like this is an adjoining room here. But there is a lock, so in case you actually are not adjoining with anyone, you don't have to be nervous. So here we have a coffee maker. We have a couple different coffees here. I'm not sure, is this more, oh, it's a Cuisinart. Okay, there you go, it's a Cuisinart. We got some cups, ice bucket, got a drawer down here. That is in there. Okay, and we have a mini fridge. Maybe a little, let's see, you got a little freezer in here. There's a tiny little freezer, so okay. Looks like you can adjust the temperature. My camera adjusts, there we go. There, and then there's some places for cans right there. Okay, so as we come over here, we have a mirror. Your sloppy hostess with the mostess here. Hello. And then we have a bench over here. I know there has to be another light in here. I haven't found it yet. I know there has to be another one. So bench right there, great for awning and offing shoes. Carpet. I do see a couple of stains here on the carpet. You know, I like to point that out. We have an outlet by the first bed over here, and here's a thermostat, and you know we like to keep that cranked. Little artwork over here. And this is 2 double beds. We usually just book whatever is the cheapest, we don't care, but they upgraded us and put us in the Rainbow Tower instead of the other tower. I'll tell you what that is, but I don't remember what it was called. But here is right in the middle here, there's a nightstand with a phone here, with all your important information on it. There we go. Let there be light, guys. So now you can see there. I do see a little dust behind the bed over there. Okay, a little drawer here. Some storage space there. And of course, here's our second bed. Okay, so over here we have the TV and we have some drawers. There is a DVD rental service here, and we saw a little kiosk down there. He gave us a card for that, so we're gonna have to investigate a little bit. Really deep drawers. If you are an unpacker, you will have, looks like, plenty of space between this and the hanging room in there. See, it's a pretty deep drawer. So let's go ahead and, there you go. TV, artwork, lamp on a desk, and a chair. So this is a good place. Plenty of outlets over here, guys. There is, looks like 4 outlets here, another 2 outlets here. I mean, you could always unplug whatever they have if you need more plugs. So here on the desk, looks like there is a little overview of what the hotel has to offer in terms of entertainment and food. Pretty cool. We're definitely going to investigate some of these while we're here. Since we're here for about a week, we're going to see what's going on with that. Oh, here's another lamp for us to turn on. And we have a mirror. Hello again. All right, so you get to look at our beautiful view here. Looks like we have some kind of sheer gauzy curtains over here, and it looks like there is a another curtain here, so you can black it out. Right there, there's a second one. So 2 layers here of curtain. Another one on this side here. And we have an awesome balcony. This is awesome. Look how good this is, guys. All right, let's see. With both of my brain cells combined, there we go. So I just popped that out. Let's see, both brain cells in unison. Let's open this bad boy up. Okay, look at this. We have got 2 chairs out here and a little table. I really cannot wait to have coffee out here, guys, and look at the view. This is the view from this room. We have a lagoon view room. We are going to spend a lot of time out here. Okay, a little wayfinding here. That is the parking garage where we actually parked our rental car, and it was, I believe, $69 a day. When you come through the parking garage, you will, well, I'll give you instructions in here. So when you come through the parking garage, you're gonna actually toss that ticket, and after you check in, you will just have those fees charged to your room after you check in. So that is a beautiful view. Really, that's all you need to see. Just kidding, we haven't gone to the bathroom yet. So here we go. All right, let's do the bathroom really quick, and then we will bid each other adieu. Okay, so front door, let's orient. Front door is right here. Here's the storage closet, and then now we're gonna go into the bathroom. Let's find the light. Yep, okay. Oh, so we have a pretty good looking makeup mirror here. That looks great. It's a pretty nice bathroom. Got some storage here. There is a blow dryer, so if you guys know me, I was continuing to bring a blow dryer when I didn't need one. There is extra toilet paper in this second drawer here. We have a trash can, a couple towels right there, toilet, of course, a little artwork there. Let's go into the shower. Towel bar here. Tub. Okay, a little place for your bar of soap. We've got a little shower head there looking fancy. Now I will say that vent up there does not look super clean. That is a little concerning, but I will just turn the other way. And then we have some soaps, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash here. So excited to try those out. Oh, and there's another little soap dish there in the corner. All right, so here's your bathroom. Final look for you guys. Now, I see a hook here. I forgot to mention that. There is a hook here. There is some lotion here. You have outlets here. You have a mirror for doing your makeup right here. Now, one thing I don't see in the shower is, I really like when they have that thing that connects, that you hang your swimsuit on, so I'm not seeing that. So I'm gonna have my swimsuits all willy-nilly hanging from these bars during the day, I think. All right, so that's your bathroom. Hopefully I'm not making you guys dizzy. Little coffee bar with your mini fridge in there. Adjoining door, mirror, bench, TV with storage, desk with a little mirror over there, your 2 double beds, and that view, guys. I gotta leave you on that view. That's really it right there. Forgot to add, there's also some outlets that pop up out of the desk. I think you thought we weren't gonna do the bed test. You'd be wrong. The bed was a little softer than I'd prefer, but overall pretty comfy. We had no issues blacking out every night. If you can see, the luau is right up there, so you can kind of get a little peek. All right, so I'm out here on the balcony. Just as a quick note, I'm not sure how long it's gonna go on, but there is some construction happening. So you can kind of see some sort of rope or something. You can hear it probably too. It's not too bad, but they did it a little bit late last night, and then now is about 9:30. So just something to be aware of. All right, another quick example. If you hear the jackhammering, that'll give you an idea of how loud it is. But look at the line. There is the pool right here. Look at the line of people to get in the pool in the morning. I can't see how far back it goes. I know right here I see somebody holding something. It could go back further, but the palm tree's in the way. So make note of that. A little something something to uncork your wine and get the top off your beer here. And then that is right next to the ice machine. Okay, in no particular order, let's talk briefly about amenities and services. When you check in, you'll get a card that allows you free DVD rentals from these kiosks, which is a nice perk. How to Train Your Dragon. So they got some newer stuff. Dune. Okay. You can get a complimentary 4x6 family photo from Storybox. Unfortunately, the photo spots on the ground were missing, and all the signs were gone when we went back down to do it. No one knew where they went, so hopefully they will be back when you guys visit. But this is what you're looking for. The Diamond General is open 24 hours, which is great if you want snacks, toiletries, adult beverages, or just forgot anything from home. There's also 2 ABC stores to get food and souvenirs. There's an Enterprise rent-a-car. Not sure about the prices by the time you're watching this, but we found that Dollar was the cheapest from the airport for our dates. There's a tours and activities desk in the main lobby. You can schedule lots of fun stuff through them, including that luau, which moves to the lawn on Fridays when they have a fireworks show. The fireworks show itself is free. The luau tickets are in that $200 to $300 range depending on the day, and I was told that if we sat through a promotional presentation, timeshare, then you could get discounted tickets. There are several of these activity booths, and they have assorted excursions options that you can purchase. Side note, there's also a bus terminal near the Tapa Tower that is the pickup and drop off location for different tours and shuttles. The beach and lagoon are really where this property shines. They have things like paddleboards, chairs, umbrellas on the beach to rent, and here are some of the prices for you. The hotel also offers fitness classes, cultural activities, and an outdoor movie night. If you like pools, then this is a place for you because there are 4 different pools to choose from. The Tapa pool's next to the Tapa bar. The Super pool is the one you can see from the main lobby. This is where you'll get your towels with an attendant. So this is how this works. I have beach and pool towel cards. So I have to go trade these in for 2 beach towels. And then in order to get more towels, I have to swap my old towels for new towels. And then they give me, when I return the towels, I get these back. 2.
Thank you.
Thank you. Or you can just grab them from the vending machine with your room key, which really comes in handy since the towel stand we were just at closes at 5 p.m. The Kalia pool, which is an adults only pool with what was the only working hot tub during our stay. So we just got off the elevators here on the 4th floor, and there is the adult pool. Right there. The Kalia Tower is also where you'll find the fitness center and the spa. And then there's the Paradise Pool, which you'll need your room key to enter. This has showers, 2 swimming areas with some limited seating, another towel stand, and 2 different water slides that are open at various times of the day. The lines can get kind of long for the slides, especially when they first open, but we had a blast. 2 hot tubs that may be working at the time of your visit. This is also where the Lagoon Grill is, so you won't have to venture too far to grab some food. I don't know where you're gonna eat it, because seats are a hot commodity here, but that's a different story. Additionally, there are lockers nearby so that you can store your items while you're at the pool. It's a medium locker. Medium locker is $6 for an hour. 1 hour. So that can get pretty pricey. Let's go back home. What does a large locker cost? $7 an hour. Yeah, that can get pretty pricey. And before I forget, I asked, there are no laundry facilities on property. Okay, a few quick food highlights for you. There are 2 Starbucks locations, a pastry shop adjacent to the main lobby, Bali Oceanfront. Here's both the lunch and dinner menus and the breakfast offerings. Tropics Bar and Grill. The Wiki Wiki Market, which has grab and go next door, the How Tree Bar, a Dairy Queen, and there is the Tapa Bar, which has live music every night. The Tapa Bar also has a happy hour. We opted for the $10 happy hour awful fries and 2 happy hour $8 16-ounce draft beers. The Hawaiian Village Rainbow Pale Ale, which was pretty light and refreshing, and the Kona Longboard Lager, which was a little less bitter and our favorite of the 2. This is pretty good. Actually, these have a little weight to them, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting that much because I think the kitchen is like in a totally different place. These actually look pretty good. We got the aioli on the side because husband is not a big aioli person, but these actually look like a decent portion, so fingers crossed they are delicious. One-handed struggle dunk. They're actually pretty good. I think the fries could be a little fresher. The flavor's actually pretty good. It's a decent amount of cheese. The aioli isn't bad. It does add a little bit of kick. Nothing too spicy. This is not bad for $10. Down where all the shops are at the Rainbow Bazaar, there are 6 different restaurants to choose from. We grabbed a light dinner one night and enjoyed blue water, shrimp, and seafood. We got the calamari steak, which was cooked perfectly, and the fish tacos, which were also delicious. However, several days later, we did get a random second amount charged to our card, so just a little FYI. There's also ice cream at Lappert's. We opted for the Nini Tracks and the caramel coconut macadamia nut. Let me know, have you guys tried the coffee here? How was it? Coconut caramel macadamia nut. That's the one to get. Waffle cone. All the way. Okay, let's get real for a second. I say this as a Disney adult who's regularly overcharged for things. Some of these restaurants are criminally expensive. I get this area is expensive in general, but $41 for chicken feels a little aggressive. So here are a few cheaper options for you if you don't mind exploring the surrounding area. Just a few minutes away is a McDonald's, and unless you want to pay $27 for pancakes or wait in a long line at Starbucks, this is going to save you some coin. They also had a few interesting items like the taro pie. And very close by is a food truck park. Once we discovered this place, we went here for breakfast and dinner. So they have a ton of different stuff over here. There's like lots of seating and a good variety. I think this is probably a good place if you have like a family full of people who don't agree on all going the same place to eat, which is probably everybody, but there's a lot of like variety here that I think people would love. Munch and Brunch was actually some of our favorite food we ate the entire trip. Here's a look at the menu. They do also have some good vegan and vegetarian options. This looks amazing. This is the Lilikoi pancakes. And I got a little side of eggs. And this is the hangover breakfast burrito with the pulled pork. So this is the jet lag. This is cold brew shaken with Nutella and oat milk. And a regular cold brew. Pork in the burrito was nice and tender. The potatoes were cooked perfectly. Everything was flavorful without being overly salty. And all the ingredients were super fresh. This is a must. That's really good. That's Nutella. And the cold brew's good. Alright, let's get into these pancakes. Alright, let's try them on their own first. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. This is delicious. It's like an almond crumble that's on here. It's super good. Lilikoi syrup. It's super good on its own. But the Lilikoi syrup like really makes it. That's delicious. This isn't that far away from the hotel, so definitely please come over here. They need to bottle this and sell it. It's really good. The pancakes were the perfect texture and the pineapple was fresh and juicy. There's a great textural difference from the almond crumble, and the Lilikoi syrup adds a nice little tang. 5 stars, no notes. Waikiki Brewing has a lot of really great draft beers for $7.50, and they even have a happy hour. We had fun trying the 4-ounce samplers, and our favorite were the Jalapeno Mouth, the Blackstrap Molasses Porter, and When the Sun Goes a Down. Quick reference, that is our hotel, the Hilton Hawaiian Village. Right here, with all the fire lit, this is the Halikoa. Another gym is the Halikoa next door. They have a happy hour at Biba's Courtyard Grill. The better deal here is probably the $10 chicken tenders, but we opted for the spring rolls. They weren't the biggest portion, but they were tasty, and we liked the coconut chili sauce. And the garlic parm fries. The fries were pretty much Freedom's choice fries from the commissary with cheese. If you know, you know. We also got the specialty drink of the day, which was the dark and stormy, which was okay. And an old fashioned. This was like a pre-John Taffer bar rescue old fashioned, so I'd skip it. And the Kona Castaway IPA, which was nice and light. This is a tall hand for scale. The Barefoot Bar here at the Halikoa is the real star. The drinks were affordable, tasted great, and the service was excellent. We did not have a single bad drink, and the Mai Tai here has been called the strongest one on the island, so be forewarned. But my favorite was the Lee Hing Margarita. Lee Hing is salted dry plum. It's one of my favorite flavors. I'd for sure recommend you give it a try. Just for a quick comparison, a Mai Tai at the Howtree Bar back at our hotel will run you $20, and the public price for a Mai Tai at the Barefoot Bar is $13.25, even cheaper if you have a military ID. So you can probably guess where we spent our evenings. If you're willing to walk a little further, there's a Coco's Curry about a 20-minute walk away. We were missing Japan and had to get our curry fixed, so we made the trek. As usual, the curry was delicious and both of us overate for less than 30 bucks. We got the chicken katsu curry and the fried scallop curry, both were great. There's also a claw arcade in the same shopping center, FYI. Another highlight for us was Namaste, a few minutes away over near where McDonald's is. We got the vegetable curry and the shrimp curry. Those came with rice and we ordered a side of naan bread. The portions were a little small for the price and we thought the service was a bit slow, but the food is awesome. If you're chilling by the pool or the lagoon, you can walk around the fence to John's world famous Hawaiian hot dogs. He makes a mean hot dog, so give him a visit. I had the veggie dog, which was yummy.
Once, twice a year, good hot dog. That's how I feel, once, twice a year.
There is a food truck, Sunset Lagoon, next to the lagoon, of course, that has a number of treats and some more affordable food options. You know I couldn't pass up the opportunity for another Dole Whip. You know, for science. This one's a little bit more like sorbet than what we're used to in the theme parks, but we loved it. So let me know if I missed anything. This is a fairly dense area to explore, so it's for sure possible that I missed something. Overall, we enjoyed our stay, but I do have some notes. I know this is a large property that has a large crowd turnover every day, but it felt like there may be some maintenance or staffing issues. Even little things like none of the torches being lit on the signs was a bit of a vibe killer at night, especially seeing them lit at the Halikoa next door. We've stayed at a lot of Hilton properties, and it's normal to have a hold placed on a credit card at check-in. This time, a $320 hold was placed on our card, and then we kept getting charged small additional amounts like $8 one day, $9 another, and no one could really explain what that was. We were eventually told the system likes to charge and then refund amounts just to make sure the card on file is still active. Maybe there's a lot of fraud I'm unaware of, but this was our first experience with this kind of thing. We were eventually refunded all those small amounts though. So would we stay here again? Maybe. Having direct beach access is something not every hotel has, but there were some elements that did feel a little bit nickel and dimey or less luxurious, like having a card system for the towels, high fees for beach chairs at the lagoon, the attempt at pushing the timeshare, algae in the one working hot tub, stuff like that. And the room, while spacious, did feel like it was in need of an update. And maybe I'm being nitpicky, but an experience is the sum of all its parts, devil's in the detail and all that, and this is an expensive vacation. So we've done the bad and the ugly, let's get to the good. This is a beautiful resort, and it's hard to argue that this isn't amazing with a view like this, right? Convenience is king here. If you want to take a taxi or rideshare from the airport and never rent a car or leave the resort, you don't have to. You can enjoy the beach, the pools, take surfing lessons, have a submarine adventure, take a hula lesson. You can walk right up to the activities counter and say, "One vacation, please." It's the easy button. I think this is also a great place for families, even multi-generational families, because there's a little something for everyone. There's a lot of walkways that are mobility or stroller friendly, and they have pretty spacious adjoining guest rooms. So hopefully that was helpful for you if this place is on your list and you're planning a vacation to Waikiki anytime soon. We rented a car and had a few more adventures exploring this beautiful island, so I'll share that with you guys soon. Until next time, go forth, be kind, be creative.